Hey, what's up everybody? How's it going? How's your day? Welcome back to the channel. So for today we're talking about an Argentinian movie that Netflix just put out called Blood Will Tell. And this movie was pretty interesting because in the first 15 minutes they kind of set up the entire incident that basically drives the entire story forward. But the thing is, the way they did it, they're incredibly suggestive, almost as if they're telling you exactly what's about to happen. Or at least gives you a really good idea about what happened, and then the movie just kind of rolls out the context ever so gently. It's almost like this movie is acting like the Oracle from The Matrix. Like this movie is telling you, oh, you didn't come here to see the characters make choices because the characters have already made them. You came here to understand why the characters made the choices. And I don't know about you, but for me, I think that's kind of a cool and f***ed up way to tell a story. The basic plot of the movie is it centers around a family, and the mom and dad are probably over the age of 60, I would say, and then they have their kids, and then they also have very, very young grandchildren. And it shows everybody kind of at a family gathering, and then within 24 hours of that, the older mother ends up dying in a very accidental way. And it is very suggestive as to what happened, so then it's still a mystery movie, but it's not so much about who done it. It's more like I don't know, why they done did it. Because over time, the movie kind of contextualizes exactly what happens from multiple different perspectives. It uses time jumps, but it doesn't use them in a shitty way. This movie handles time a lot more like the movie Dunkirk, if any of you ever got around to seeing that. And I really like the pacing of the movie because the movie had this really, really good rhythm of every few minutes, you find out something new about what you already know. So it's like the movie keeps your attention without being overly spectacular. So it's a very, not necessarily a slow movie, but it is a very like relaxed way of storytelling. I guess that's the best way to put it. Some people might think it's slow, and I can kind of understand why, though. I'm not an expert on the acting just because I don't speak the language, so I don't know the proper flow of how everybody's supposed to speak, but I could feel all the emotions the actors were trying to put forth, so I could say that that aspect was effective. The only thing I really didn't like is that the third, or well, not the third act, but I guess the last act-ish of the movie, it got a little weird. Had the same tone, had the same suspense and level of intrigue and all that, but I questioned some of the character choices that were made. I'm not going to give anything away, but I just thought that some of the characters were a little bit smarter the way the movie set them up, and they just kind of like took a dip just so that the story could kind of end. So I guess that's more of a character consistency problem, but it was only like one section of the movie, so it was fine. But I did like the way that the movie ended overall, like the way it wrapped up. But anyway, guys, overall, this was a pretty good watch. I definitely recommend it. Admittedly, the last act kind of fell apart for me, but even so, I think for a score overall out of 10, I think I'm gonna give it like an 8.3. It might not be for everybody because it might be slow, or some people might perceive it to be slow, but I found it to be pretty good, and if somebody was throwing it on, I would totally watch it again. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Did you see the movie? Have you heard of it? Hop in the comments. Let me know what's up. Other than that, if you like this review, give me a like, subscribe, to all that other happy horse shit, and I will catch you guys later.